Hi guys, today we are down in Eastbourne on a beautifully sunny March afternoon and we are going to go and visit the Harvester. We thought we'd do another chain because it's been a while since we've done a chain, and I think Harvester is one that divides opinions. I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't rate the Harvester. I've eaten in other Harvesters before, not at this one, but I've eaten in other ones and I've always had fairly decent meals. So I thought, sun's out, let's come down to the marina with this gorgeous, gorgeous view, sit outside, have some food and see what we reckon. So let's go find ourselves some grub. So we have managed to find ourselves a nice table outside, away from the larger crowd, which are over in the opposite direction. It's actually quite busy here today, even though it is only a Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon, 2:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday. It is surprisingly busy. I think that's probably because it is such nice weather today, and obviously being right on the marina and being able to look out over the sea, it just makes it a nice place to be. The first thing I have noticed is that a lot of the tables around here are dirty. There is a lot of things that haven't been cleaned away. Possibly they've been taken by surprise by the weather and have less staff. But it was difficult finding a table that was relatively clean. And I say relatively because even our table has little breadcrumbs and bits left over it. Not a major issue. I'm more interested in the food being good, but first impressions do count for something. I have got the menu though, so we're going to go through this. I'm going to see what I want, and it is a very extensive menu for sure. Oh, big enough to knock my drink and my sauces over. So it's kind of standard fare, standard pub fare. You have got your burgers, you've got your grills, your flatbreads, your Harvester faves. So a lot of focus on the grills and the burgers, so the meaty side of things, which is ideal for me. I think today something has caught my eye, and that is the mixed grill. At £21.99, the mixed grill with the quarter portion of rotisserie chicken, 4-ounce rump steak, half a gammon steak, a pork sausage, a fried free-range egg, black pudding, chips, garden peas, tomato, flat mushroom and onion rings. I will ask them to take off the peas and the tomato. Those little bits are just far too healthy for my mixed grill, so they will be getting taken off. What I will be looking out for is how the steak is cooked. I'm going to ask for it to be rare, and how my egg is, because I'm quite particular with steak and eggs. So those will be key points to see how they do. I'm going to go and order now, and we'll see you again when my big old, hopefully big old, mixed grill gets here. So the food has arrived. It took about 25 minutes to get to us, which isn't too bad considering how busy it is. We did have to go and get our own cutlery. They didn't bring any cutlery for us. What we did notice when we went to get the cutlery, that was in with all the clean cutlery. The knife is similar. I don't know if you can see that, but these weren't the only dirty cutlery in with the clean stuff. So that immediately is so off-putting. That fork is absolutely filthy and disgusting. And this is a knife I was given, which is cleaner than that, but it still doesn't look 100% clean. Not ideal, not an ideal way to begin. Looking at the actual food, I have got my tomatoes and my peas. That is not the fault of Harvester. That is Wayne ordered for us and he forgot to ask them not to be on there. That said, even though I don't eat peas, they do not look appealing. They're not bright green. They always look a little bit like they've got a powdery coating on them. They look unappealing, very unappealing. So a couple of bad points straight off the back. But let's see if we can find something good. Let's start with this chicken. Is it going to be moist? Cutting through it. There we go. Well, it's looking relatively juicy. Let's have a nibble. Not the biggest quarter of a rotisserie chicken. Yeah, although it does look there, that bit there is looking like it could be slightly on the dry side. Let's see. Ooh. That's really dry. That is very dry indeed. Yeah, no redeeming features on that, just very dry. The bacon gammon, sorry, not the biggest piece of gammon there, is it? But if it's cooked nicely, considering there's so much other stuff on this plate, I'm not going to complain about that. So that is what the inside of the gammon there is looking like. How does it taste? Infinitely better than the chicken, that's for sure. It's got a nice smoked flavour. Yeah, I like that. Good flavour on the gammon. Not chewy. Just a nice, smoky, good flavour. Now, I need to chop into this egg, don't I, to see how well that has been cooked before it overcooks itself sitting on the plate. Let's cut straight through it. Yeah, that is good. Looks like it's slightly overdone, but I'm going to be honest, the food has been sitting for a little while because it took us a while to get the cutlery. Wayne was ordering drinks when the food did turn up, so slightly over, but that is probably because it's just continued cooking while it's been on the plate. How does it taste? It tastes like an egg. It tastes like an egg. No other real things to say about that. There is no seasoning on it. It's just quite plain. There is no hints of salt or pepper in there. But it's okay, and it is cooked quite nicely. So I'm happy enough with our egg. That can sit on top of the chicken. See if we can get any of the moisture from the egg into the chicken. Now the steak, and again, not the biggest size. How is it cooked? Let me just... I don't think that's going to be rare. Just by poking it, that is not screaming rare steak to me. The way I'm cutting it is not screaming rare steak at all. That feels tough. Now to me, that is not rare. It's not actually as over as I thought it was going to be, but that is not super pink. To me, that is not rare. But how does it taste? I've got a feeling already, immediately, it's going to be chewy, judging by how much effort I'm having getting this knife through it. Now, it's chewy, but it has got a good steak flavour. Again, no seasoning that I can taste on the steak. There is no salt or pepper or any other herbs or spices. It is just plain, unseasoned meat. A little bit of pepper would have been nice, I think. Perhaps just a hint of salt, something to kind of complement the meat. But the actual flavour of the steak is good. Slightly on the chewy side, but a good overall flavour. And I don't mind it being a little bit chewy if it has got good flavour. As for the sausage, and there we have got what looks like some herbs. It does look very processed though. I'm guessing it is just a standard catering sausage with the addition of herbs. What's it taste like? Now, it's actually got a very nice flavour. I can taste the herbs. It is a catering sausage, just the consistency of it in my mouth. I can tell it is just a relatively cheap catering sausage, but it's got a good flavour to it. And as one component of the meal, it's perfectly acceptable. Now the black pudding. I do like my black pudding, and to me this is small. This is a small piece of black pudding. I'm used to them being much bigger in diameter, sort of, you know, out to about where my knife is, rather than a small half-size piece. That feels quite tough on the outside, like it has again been slightly overdone, perhaps. What is the taste like though? Is it going to impress me or not? The black pudding I like. Nothing wrong with that at all, actually. Apart from the size, it's too small, but apart from that, it tastes like black pudding. You can taste the oats, good flavour to it. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Onion rings. I have a love and a hate it relationship with onion rings. Now, it doesn't especially feel crispy, it just feels more hard. Let's just pick it up, have a nibble. I think that is overcooked. I think the onion inside it, can I get any out? I think it's overcooked. Overcooked and hard. And I don't think I'm going to eat the other two. Oh, there we go, the onion has come out. A very small slither of onion inside it. The outer shell is hard, not crispy, just hard. Overcooked.
Yeah, I was thinking what I could do is, because I do like the one.
Let's chip out the chips.
What I could do is do something when you visit the house.
There's ants. I've got a freeloader. Just as long as he doesn't come for my black pudding. Chips look like standard, cheap catering chips. Oh, no. They taste like they've been sitting around. There is no crunch to them. There is no crisp to them. They're just soft. No, they are chips that I would say have been sat around. They've gone soft. They are not impressive. The last bit on the plate that I'm going to test is the mushroom. 2 flat mushrooms here. There you go. Look at my mushroom. Slicing into it. They look a little bit slimy. Ooh. I don't like that flavour. I like mushrooms. I normally love having a mushroom with a mixed grill like this, but that tastes weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's got a slight tang to it. It's very earthy. And it's got a bitter aftertaste. It is just not a good mushroom. I'm not going to eat those. So I'm not going to eat those. I'm not going to eat the onion rings. The rest I will eat. The chicken I will try and muddle through, as dry as it is. The standouts on the plate are, I would say, the black pudding, the bacon grill, and the steak. Because although it is chewy, it's got a really nice flavour. So standouts, black pudding, steak, gammon. Chips, absolutely not. Chicken, too dry. Egg cooked nicely. Sausage, all right. Right, I'm going to nibble down on the rest of this now, and I'll see you with our thoughts afterwards. So I'm sorry, Harvester, but that was absolutely abysmal. That is the worst meal out I have had in as long as I can actually remember. As I said at the table, the onion rings were hard. The mushroom was inedible. In fact, I actually gave the mushroom for Wayne to try afterwards, off camera, and he spat it out and said it tasted like chemicals. And Wayne doesn't generally spit out food, so that was terrible. The steak was nice, but the more I cut into it and the more I ate, I left a massive chunk of the steak because it was just gristle. The chicken was dry. The peas, I didn't try them. I will say I didn't try them, but they didn't look appealing. The gammon was nice. The sausage was okay, obviously a very processed catering sausage, but that was okay. But overall, the quality of every item on that plate was average to very, very poor. There was nothing that stood out, nothing that was amazing, nothing had been seasoned. And all in all, just really, really disappointing. And the state of that cutlery, that is just off-putting on its own. And the tables being dirty when we came in. Now, Okay, yeah, they were busy and they did have a lower number of staff. The staff that we did speak to were friendly and they were helpful, but they didn't have enough staff there, and that was very clear. Overall, I would absolutely never come back to the Harvester in Eastbourne, and I would never recommend it. It's important to say that this is the Harvester in Eastbourne. I've actually eaten in the Harvester in Haywards Heath, which is about 40 minutes away, and that was infinitely better. You could have been at completely different chains because the food at the Haywards Heath one was far, far superior. But Eastbourne, no way, never, never again. So we've just got halfway back to the car and I just realised I didn't tell you guys one of the most important things, the price. That mixed grill cost me £21.99. £21.99 for a selection of poorly cooked, tasteless, horrible items. That is far too much, and that is also what is contributing to such a low score, because I wouldn't want to pay a fiver for that stuff. When we come to scoring it, it's obviously not going to be a good score. I think we're going to give it 2.5, and that 2.5 is made up of 1 point just for the fact it's in such a beautiful location. You are right by the harbour. It's a beautiful place to sit. It's nice and sheltered. And another 1.5 points for the service and for the food that was halfway decent. But all in all, a very, very disappointing experience, one that I hope I don't repeat anytime soon. Yeah, just really disappointing. That's all I've got left to say. And if you're enjoying our videos, please do hit like, hit subscribe and leave us a comment. Have you been to a Harvester? Are you a fan of them or are you not a fan of them? Do let us know, and we will see you at another table another time.